Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers knockoff review. Today, thanks to the guys over at Sirtoys.com, I'm finally getting around to reviewing my Transformers Age of Extinction Bumblebee Oversized KO by these amazing guys over at Zhang. They seem to be a very popular bootleg company at the moment with the M01 Age of Extinction Optimus, which is fantastic, and the MPP-10 Optimus Prime, which is sublime. Now this, of course, is their Age of Extinction Bumblebee. He is kind of scaled to go with the likes of the leader class Hasbro Optimus, and of course the Zhang Oversized Hound. Instantly looking at this guy, the paint applications are actually phenomenal. He looks gorgeous. Now I know the original deluxe Hasbro one was okay, it was just a little bit lackluster in my opinion. They've gone for a very Takara-esque paint scheme here with some lovely painted out rims there. Nice clear blue tinted windows. I believe this is the concept Camera, and at the back here just an all-round very nice alt mode, and Zhang have got in the habit of putting in some die cast as well. Bringing the oversized lockdown, I think that's a pretty good scale. And here he is with the MPP-10, the oversized MP-10 Optimus Prime. Again, I think this scale of the oversized Extinction figures really does work. I think that looks good. That's how a truck should look with a car. And this is the only other real Bumblebee I can compare him to. As you can see, there is a fairly substantial size difference between the two. I mean, I even like the fact that they've got some really crisp lights on the front there, and you don't get that with a lot of the Hasbro stuff. So for them to include it with a knockoff, jolly good. Nice sturdy wing mirrors, unlike the flexible fully offy ones that came with Lockdown. I was gutted by that. I've got another one on order though from Sirtoys, so fear not. What a wonderful figure. We do get bright blue, clear throwing stars. You know how much Bumblebee loves his throwing stars. I thought it was a strange accessory to include. Okay, I think there was like a scene where he had them on his back. But hey, each to their own. I would have preferred a gun, I think. But throwing stars, yay, woo! And for those of you who don't have the oversized Optimus, here he is with regular Evasion Tinimus Prime. Right, let's get KOB transformed. First of all, you want to come around the side and remove the weapons. You want to split this back section. Everything's tabbed in exceptionally well on this. The tabs themselves are quite thin. If you look here, you can see these small tabs tab in. They're quite a thin plastic, and the holes they tab into are very similar to what we got with Lockdown, but they're effective and they do tab everything into place. Now, I digress. Let's grab these sections here, and they are going to rotate round, and they're just going to sit on the outside of the vehicle. One and two, like so. Once you've got these first sections undone, it's fairly easy to tab the rest. Just pull this rear spoiler section off the legs, and that's going to free those up. This section here just all comes up as well. Then you see the arms are starting to untab. I like to pretty much untab everything just so nothing gets in the way. Come round to the legs and pull this section down. That's going to come all the way down. This section is going to fold upwards like so. The wheel section is going to fold into that crevice there. That's going to just sit on the knee like so. Then you want to rotate the entire leg. It won't go inwards, you only need to rotate it outwards. That goes all the way around, rotating that calf round to the back. do that with both legs. Now, I believe it was MGo's review that I watched, who commented on the fact that these were a pain in the backside to get out on the original, and they've carried that awesome thing over to the knockoff. They do come out slightly easier, but you kind of have to get in there and pull it down at the same time with lifting this up. It's not the nicest thing to do because, like I said, the pins are a little bit not convinced they're not going to break. But hey, we have some shoulders nonetheless. Flip down the chest section and then bring down what was the front of the car over Bumblebee's head, making sure it's square. And then tuck that section down into the front and fold that back in, securing his bosom. Now this is one of the things I don't understand. They've made a rather big boo-boo on the back here. The Hasbro one folds up over, the roof collapses in on itself and tabs in. Nothing tabs here. I've looked, nothing presses down. If you push this down hard enough, the joints just pop out. Like so, nothing tabs in. That's a bit pants. I've tried pulling it up, switching it round. I mean, there's an extra set of holes under the side here. They don't do anything. I've tried manoeuvring it. It stays there. Friction holds it up, but nothing tabs in like it did on the Hasbro or the Takara version. Right, let's pull down the arms and untab those. Switch the windows to go under the forearms. Again with this side, untab, and switch the windows to go down. And the shoulder sections can come around, down, and then we can just kind of angle that section down. I believe that is the official transformation. So you bring the shoulder up and then down to the side like that. I believe that is how it's meant to go. Now that darn awful backpack aside, that's actually a pretty darn good looking Bumblebee. Probably one of my favourite Bumblebees to date. He still has the hand arm gimmick where you can basically flick the hand around to form the cannon. Some nice kind of black paint applications on the cannon mode there. But it's just this lazy backpack where they've cut corners. If you're going to copy a figure, at least copy it right. But love the fact that Bumblebee has never missed a leg day. They are some serious quads. You can imagine him just mocking the other Autobots as he's doing his deep lunges. He can quite successfully hold his clear plastic throwing stars. And I've managed to mount another one there on his flippy floppy back. Look at the state of that. Oh, I can't dance around that. That's just a mess. I wouldn't mind just taking all that off and just chucking it away. And then we've got a fairly nice Bumblebee. But the trouble is it packs out these side sections, giving the illusion that he's actually got some more width to him. Head sculpt-wise, that is pretty damn good, isn't it? That's a really nice sculpt. The battle mask does not come down. It's just a separate piece which is plugged in on the top there. It doesn't move down. So again, missing what the original one had there. Now don't forget, these are some of the earlier figures that Weijang actually worked on. They've come a long way with their new MP10 or MPP10 and the M01. They've come leaps and bounds. I would possibly say they've got a proper designer in as opposed to somebody that can just bootleg figures. But that being said, the details on this are really good. The paint applications are nice. This is looks like die-cast. I think it's actually just a hard plastic on the inside there. I think the only die-cast he has is in that top section of his head there. The chest doesn't quite tab in properly. It's things like this which really do indicate that it's a cheaper bootleg as opposed to some of the more expensive ones. But he does look insanely good on display along with the rest of his fellow Autobots. Here he is with the oversized Hound and, of course, the Black Knight, or Silver Knight? Black Silver Knight, Optimus Prime. I have actually got the KO oversized version of him en route. Now that's actually done by Kubianbao, I think it is, the guys that done the Megatron upgrade kit from the Generations when I bootlegged Megatron, and I've actually got oversized Hound being done by them as well. That's en route, and the oversized Hound actually scales with the M01 by Wei Zhang. So whether these two companies are working in conjunction together, or whether they're just playing off each other, I don't care. I'm getting a bloody awesome collection out of it. And here he is alongside Wei Zhang Prime. Probably a little bit too small to scale with him. But it needs to be, I don't know, like a third bigger maybe? And finally here he is with the other Bumblebee. He's a lot more orange. I think that's showing up quite nicely on the camera. That's not necessarily a bad thing though. Bumblebee is very, very yellow. Maybe this is a tad too orange. Let me know what you think. Who else has really got back into the Age of Extinction toy line now that these KO companies are going wild on them? I mean, have they stolen the molds, or are maybe Takara and Hasbro tired of them, exhausted them, and have sold them on? Who knows? I wouldn't like to comment. But I'm definitely loving this kind of reverb, retouch, reimagine, resize interpretations of the Age of Extinction figures, and unfortunately I don't think my wallet loves them as much as I do. Hope you found the video useful. If you have, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe, and feel free to pay the mighty Sirtoys a visit by clicking the link in the description below. From myself and Bumblebee, goodbye.